Let me tell you a story. I am 15 years old and I have just discovered the concept of self improvement, improving myself, meditating, journaling, working out, and so many other things. I have just discovered this concept and I am on fire. I make routines, habit trackers, templates, Notion databases, Excel sheets, and what fucking not. But I don't make much progress. Sure, I do improve some qualities of my life because I stopped gaming, I stopped playing Minecraft for 8 hours a day, I stopped all my bad habits. But I'm still moving with constant velocity, where I could have been moving with acceleration. And it continues for another 1.5 years. And that's when I realize, alright, these apps, these templates, these trackers, they are actually the ones holding me back. So be honest right now. How many routines have you made from the starting of 2025? How many routines have you made for working out? How many routines have you made for getting your work done? You said you will do this on X day, that on Y day, and you had made a basically step-by-step minute minuscule tracking plan, which of course you weren't able to follow because it is not followable. Reason being, it is not a plan, it is a detailed set of instructions, and you cannot follow a detailed set of instructions while you are trying to improve yourself. The reason being, the moment you try to follow a very specific step-by-step instruction, you will falter because in that step-by-step instruction, you have not accounted for the fact that you are still undisciplined. The moment you account for the undisciplined factor, the moment you realize that, alright, I have planned for studying for 4 hours, but in reality, probably after 20 minutes, I will go and watch reels. If you do not account for that in your action steps, in your plans, then these plans are nothing but just a false reality that you think you are going to pursue, which in reality you will not be able to pursue. There was a study done in which they tested various people and they found out that the people that make plans, the people that think they are putting effort, the brain of those people give the same dopamine as actual effort, actually people working on the things. That means planning gives you the real dopamine which most people get after they have worked. That means you are internally wiring yourself to just make more and more plans, more and more trackers, more and more templates, more and more apps, and in turn you are getting the actual dopamine which comes after the hard work. That means you are getting the benefits that you should not get. In reality, your brain is the one getting the benefits and your life is the one getting the downsides because you are not improving yourself and just trying to make a facade that you are improving yourself. This is dopamine addiction disguised as discipline. You aren't failing because you are having bad strategy. You are failing because you are having too many strategies. So you are not actually working on yourself. You are trying to avoid the work by making these templates. And I just want to quickly mention, I have a focus course that deals exactly with this, with cutting the distractions and with actually getting your focus together so that you can achieve whatever you want in life. If you want to check it out, go click the link in the description right now. Now you gotta understand, reset culture is nothing but coping mechanism. Every day that you tell yourself that, alright, I will start from scratch. Today is the day. These all things are nothing but cope. And it generally does not happen every day. It is a very peculiar thing. You will notice that it happens after 2 to 3 weeks. You may be working out properly, you may be eating properly, you may be sleeping properly, you may be working properly, but it will hit you after a few weeks. That tiny voice in your brain that will say, maybe I should change some things. Maybe I should change the style of my work. Maybe I should change the style of my working out. Maybe I should try experiment with different kind of sleep schedule. Maybe I'm going to bed at 10:30, let's go to bed at 11:30. Maybe let's do push-pull legs instead of full body workout. Whatever it is, it will make a tiny positive thought in your brain that, alright, yeah, I'm currently doing something, but something else seems better. It's like kind of the thing that it's alluring you to its attention, to its attraction, because it wants you to indulge in that thing. Your brain does not give a shit whether you improve in your life or not. That is the truth. So what that means is your brain just wants to do new things. It just wants to experiment and keep on experimenting. After you have reached a certain level, you have to maintain that. You do not have to experiment with that. And experimenting with that level that you are currently on may, instead of getting into higher results, may actually push your growth downwards. Reason being, since you are not aware about your own mind right now, you will make decisions which guide you for the worse than for the better, which means the resetting mechanism is the one thing that you have to avoid at any cost. And especially this comeback things. You make a plan of coming back or showing the world that all right, I will go on a dopamine detox, I will go on a journey and I will come back and I will be developed as a new person. You have to leave all that coping mechanism behind. Self improvement is not a monthly thing that all right, for next 2 months I will go into a cave and I will meditate for 16 hours a day and I will work and I will make myself, I don't know, the god of the universe. It's not like that. It's a lifestyle. You have to make that your entire life. It's not like a part-time job. It's not like work-life balance or all that nonsense. It's about actually instilling that into your own life and keeping that into your own life. It's not about partially doing it. It's about once you're doing it, it becomes you. You become it, it becomes you. And here is one thing that nobody tells you. Many people give you this system, this 3-step guide, this 4-step guide, this 7-step guide, whatever. But nobody tells you this. That is, making systems demands that you act perfectly. And humans are imperfect creatures. Which means, if say in your calendar, you schedule, alright, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll do X amount of work. And then from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'll do workout. And from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll do Y amount of work. In reality, what is going to happen is at 4:17, let's say, you will get a sudden urge to scroll. On 4:23, you'll get an urge to watch a YouTube video. On 4:29 or something like 4:31, you will get an urge to maybe go outside, go for a walk, or you will get an urge to waste time. You will probably think about this message that somebody has given you. You'll probably think about that another work which is pending. You'll probably think about, alright, let me check my YouTube statistics. Alright, maybe let's do this. Maybe that homework is pending and let me do this. You will feel so fucking much resistance that it's impossible to quantify. Because your brain does not want progress. It wants the illusion of progress. Because the more busy you are, the better it is for your brain, the better it is for your dopamine systems, because they think you are actually working towards something, and that is why they produce dopamine. While in reality, you are not doing anything productive, period. You know, there is a statistic that these New Year's resolution or these date-based challenges, for example, I'll start something on August 1st, I'll start something at September 1st, I'll start something at November 1st, or anything like that. Let's say on a particular holiday I'll start something, or a particular special day I'll start something, or on my birthday I'll start something. All of these come under the calendar effect, which means your calendar and specifically the dates of your calendar influence what you do. 94% of the people quit them in the next 30 days. There is a study to show it. 94% of people quit their resolution in 30 days. Only 30 days. People don't even stick to shit for 3, 4, 5 months. They just quit it in the first month. So your competition is really the 6% of people. And among that, many will quit on month 2, month 3, month 4. So in reality, maybe your competition is really 0.1 to 1%, which is really not that big of a deal. So what can we do to avoid getting stuck into this resetting phase? Well, here it is. You have to favor real life instead of technological life. I, for one, used to make so much amendments in my day-to-day workout, in my day-to-day working tasks, in my day-to-day habits, that it was unbearable for my even notions, even Excel sheets. And ultimately what happened was, it became a huge mess, a huge backend system, a huge tracking mess that I created just because I wanted to get the data. First of all, you are not a data analyst, so you can't interpret data. You will just get one data point or two data point and you will make decisions based on that, which is not good. So what instead you have to do is, you have to decentralize in real life. Maybe just write down the workouts that you are going to do and do not track them. If you are someone who does push-pull legs like me, you really don't need to track how much workout you did. You perhaps need to track that, alright, next Monday or next Tuesday, I will go and do these many sets and these many reps. You do not need to track the exact value that you did, Maybe you had to do 12 reps. Instead, you did 11. Alright, who cares? On the next day, you'll do 12, you will show up, and then you will progressively overload. You do not have to be so invested in the data that you go and instead of working out, you write down the data or insert it into phone or insert it into the laptop or whatever. Which means you have to escape digitalism of self-help. Instead, you have to internalize it as a concept, as a philosophy, as a life philosophy. So there are 3 things that I want you to write down and paste in front of you for the rest of time. Number 1, action before clarity. Number 2, results before routines. Number 3, progress before perfection. These are the 3 things that if you internalize them, you will make more progress than any geek, any dork, any so-called data analyst analyzing his data, his workout routine and all of this nonsense. You will make accelerating progress and you will achieve the escape velocity that you need to actually see the results in self-improvement. You have heard most people say that self-improvement is an exponential graph. It goes like this. The thing that you need to see the results of this part is actually not focusing on data. I know it seems weird. I know everybody has trained you to see data. Everybody has trained you to think about data. For example, sleep tracking, for example, nutrition tracking, for example, this, that. Many people have trained you to track data, but instead, if you just focus on the core habits, alright, I will eat clean. Maybe my protein is 1 gram or 2 grams up and down. Maybe I'm not hitting the fat macros by 1 or 2 grams. Does not matter. What matters is you have an intention of eating clean or you have an intention of losing weight. Then you think like, alright, today I'm feeling little bit less hungry, so I will take little bit less food and eat it. You will definitely lose more weight than actually someone who obsessively thinks over the data, steps on the scale 10 times a day and is haunted by data. So if you really want to make progress, please get away from data and you don't need another plan. You just have to execute on what you know. And if you really want to take it one step further, then you can check out my focus course. The link is in the description, where I extensively teach about how to remove the modern day distractions and hidden principles that no one talks about, and simultaneously, alright, you're removing distraction on one end, but simultaneously I will also teach you how to actually build focus and how to actually get shit done. So if you're interested, go click the link in the description. Start if you haven't already.